follow this, follow that, subscribe to this and that, vote for this person. If you do this in 5 days, you're going to succeed. So many things to follow online, so many people, so many gurus and experts. Who are you following and who influences your life greatly? The words influencers and followers are such big elements of our social lives these days. Who we walk with, who we follow, they greatly influence our way of living, the way we do things. And we look for people to teach us, for people to model after, so that we can do things well. So isn't it good to ask ourselves also as Christians, who are we following and who's greatly influencing our Christian life right now? In today's Gospel, Jesus comments on spiritual teachers or spiritual guides. Now, whether you're someone who's preparing to lead or pastor people towards a Christian way of living, or you simply want to know the kind of spiritual guide to have in your life, in this Gospel today, Jesus gives us His standard for our earthly spiritual guides or spiritual teachers. His parable starts with who not to follow. And He talks about a blind guide leading a blind man. Of course, He's talking about spiritual blindness here. And Jesus continues with the imagery of the blind guide leading both of them to fall into a pit. And at the time of Jesus, a pit actually refers to a deep well. So just imagine that. It's not just about getting lost, but it's about falling into a deep hole that's hard to get out of. And it shows us the cost or the risk of following a blind guide or a blind teacher. So according to Jesus, who are we supposed to follow? One of the words He used in this Gospel are the words fully trained. And in the original Greek translation, which is the word katartizo, it is defined as to be united, to be mended or restored, to be prepared, or to be made complete. So let's take a look at these words closely. United, mended, made complete. United. This means that a spiritual teacher or a spiritual guide is someone who's united to Christ, someone who abides in Him, and therefore is Christ-like. Someone who has surrendered his life to Jesus and lives by His example. Christ says, I am the light of the world. And you want to look at your spiritual guide and see that this person reflects the light of Christ in this world. That this person tries to live by Christ's example every day. Mended by Christ. Jesus asks in the Gospel, why do you see the speck in your brother's eye? Why do you see that small particle in your brother's eye, but do not see the log or that big piece of wood that's blocking your own eye? He's asking this because a good spiritual leader, a good spiritual guide or teacher, is someone who's able to acknowledge his or her own need for mending, for saving, and has found his greatest healer in the person of Jesus Christ. A good spiritual guide can lead us to the healer because he has found his way there for himself. Made complete by God. A good spiritual teacher or spiritual guide is someone who allows himself to be completed by the Spirit of God, which means this person exhibits the fruits of the Spirit in his life. Where this person is, there's a fruit of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Our goal is not to find the perfect spiritual teacher. Of course, only Jesus is perfect. But today's Gospel gives us an opportunity to discern the kind of people we allow into our lives. The kind of people who influence our way of living. Is this person a fully trained disciple of Christ? Is he Christ-like? If so, walk with these people, journey with them, learn something from them. And our hope is that we too may find ourselves one day fully trained disciples who lead people to Christ. Have a blessed day.